The Northwest Avalanche Center exists to increase avalanche awareness, reduce avalanche impacts, and equip the community with mountain weather and avalanche forecasts, education, and data.
The SheJumps Level 1 started with the Snowpack Scholarship, which was a way to kind of provide avalanche education to women who couldn't afford to get into this AIARE Level 1 course. When we were helping SheJumps staff this course, we recognized that there just weren't that many female lead avalanche educators, and we were struggling even when we reached out nationally. However, we do know both anecdotally and then based on some of the research that's being done that there are a lot more women entering the wintertime mountains, which is great. However, we're just not seeing parity within women working in the avalanche professions. Across the board, we're looking at about 10% when we take into account avalanche educators, DOT, mountain guides, ski patrol, anyone that's interacting with avalanches for their job. So this mentorship program is really built as a way to give women concrete steps towards moving into the avalanche profession.
I've been really fortunate just to have a lot of strong female mentors. You know, I was inspired in just these few women's courses that I took by who the women were teaching it and how talented they were. In a way, it's kind of sad that it hasn't shifted faster. I feel like there's a lot of need to still have examples of strong women in those professions to keep driving it that way.
And so we recognized that this was this incredible opportunity, so that's why we kind of combined all of these different things into a level 1 for women looking to get into the backcountry at a recreationalist level, and then mentees who were also looking for pathways to get into the profession, with all of these really excellent avalanche educators who were already there but could see that they could provide something back to that community.
I'm here this weekend as a mentee, and I aspire to be an avalanche educator. So I'm here to learn and observe the avalanche educators and fabulous women who are teaching this course.
People always ask me what are my plans? And I mention working in the avalanche industry in some way, but I say that and I feel like at the same time I don't really know how I'm going to do that. I saw this opportunity on Facebook and I know that mentorship really works for me, and seeing this was this is what I needed. This is exactly what I wanted, so it was really exciting.
So I'm, in the grand scheme of things, fairly new to teaching AIARE and avalanche programs, but I've been fortunate enough to work with a handful of guide services running women-specific avalanche education programs. I feel like I go into these women-specific programs with a lot more intentionality to create community, to create a positive learning environment. And I think that's increasingly because the women coming into these programs come equally with that intentionality. And it's not just the set AIARE curriculum, the set learning objectives, it's really practicing our communication, practicing what we're hoping to get out of our backcountry experiences.
I think that everyone in general feels more open to sharing things or feel like there's space for them within that group.
I've totally felt like I've seen the tiers of mentorship in this program, that I'm learning so much from our instructors and how they teach this type of curriculum. And then meanwhile, there are women in the course who I can help them reach their goals too.
It's this huge snowball effect that, each individual person that this program touches is going to have then a further impact on the rest of the community.
I'm really excited for this program because I think that this is a really good space for NWAC to help fill some of these unmet needs. We know that there aren't that many women working in the avalanche profession, and as a nexus within the avalanche industry, NWAC is really well positioned to help connect people within those jobs.